Hello everyone, I welcome you all in this another tutorial video. In this vid, we will talk about inheritance in Java. So for those who don't know me or new here, hey guys, I'm Ujjwal and I make these Java tutorial just like this. So if you're interested in those stuff, then please consider subscribing. Now I hope you're doing great and ready to learn. So let's this video, but before that, let's go ahead and check out the agenda. So here we have the agenda for the video guys. First of all, we will see what is inheritance. Following that, we'll see that why do we use inheritance in Java. And after that, we'll see some type of inheritance available in Java. And then we'll see the syntax of our inheritance. And we'll wrap up this video by discussing a programming example of inheritance. So guys, what is inheritance? In Java, inheritance is nothing but it's just a mechanism in which one class acquires all the properties and behavior of another class. It's called a parent class or a superclass, and it is a very important part of OOPS. Now let's just go ahead and see that why inheritance is so important in Java. So guys, why do you use Java inheritance or why it is important in Java? So it is important for method overriding, and method overriding is used to just achieve the runtime polymorphism. And the next is code reusability. This is the main important part for this. So guys, when we inherit from an existing class, we can reuse the method and field of a parent class instead of declaring or create it again and again. So here we have few type of inheritance guys that are available in Java, and the number one is a single inheritance. The number two is multi-level inheritance, and the number three is hierarchical inheritance. And one thing to be noted that multiple inheritance is not supported in Java through classes. Let's just go ahead and see the syntax of inheritance. Here we have the syntax of inheritance guys, and one thing to be note that to inherit any class we always use a keyword that is extend, and the syntax is we say the class and the name of the class, that is the new class, and then we say extends and the other class which is a super class, or you can say the parent class. You just write in that the class name, and then you can just write the method and fields. So this is the simple syntax of inheritance. Now let's just go ahead and see a programming example to get a better view on that. So guys, here we have the simple program which I made to demonstrate the topic of inheritance. And as you already studied in the previous slides that in inheritance one class extends or inherit the properties of other class, and we do that to reduce the code. And here you can see I have done the same thing. Just assume that I have a class called vehicle and I have two other objects. The one is bike and the other is car, and we all know that car and bike has some similar properties, and I don't want to write that again and again. So what I've done here that I came to this vehicle class, and here I've made two methods. The first method is the engine method, public static void engine method, and the second method is brake method, because I know my car and bike gonna have these two methods for sure. And now I'm just going to the car and I'm saying that the car has a different method, that is car seats, because this is a different, because a car has four seats and a bike has just two seats. So this is the two different methods that I made here, but these two, the car and bike, will inherit, or you can say will extend the properties of vehicle class, and the properties are that the bike and car must have an engine and they must have a brake. So I'm going here in the car and I'm saying that the public car extends the vehicle, which means the car is now has a method, this method, that is car seats, and now it is inheriting these two features, the feature that a car has an engine and the car has a brake. I've done the same thing for the bike. Here the bike has a different method, that is that the bike seats, and but as I extended the vehicle here by just writing the extends vehicle, and now I'm extending these two properties, that the bike has engine and the bike has brake. And then in the main function I'm just creating the two objects for both these cars and bikes. And I know that I hope that you know how to create objects. We have learned that in the previous classes or previous tutorials. So to create the object, we just write the name of our class and the name of our object. You can give any name. I have given my car equals to new keyword and then the name of the car and these curly braces and semicolon, and then you can just writing the name of your object, just putting this dot, and you can just extend the property. You can just say dot engine, even though it gonna perform this engine, even though in the car section we cannot say engine anywhere, but as we are extending this, as we are inheriting the properties of vehicle, we will able to use this here. When we go ahead and run the program, I'm very sure that we're gonna see that this car has these two features, the engine and the brake and the car seats, and this bike has two features, or three features, I'm sorry, the engine, brake and the bike seats. But in the bike, the difference is the seats is gonna be the two, and the car, the seats is gonna be the four. Let's wait for the program to run. Here we can see we got the results, and for the first object we can see we got engine, brake and four seats, and for the second object or the second class we got engine, brake and two seats. So this is how you use the inheritance, just to save your time or just to not try the code again and again. Here we just have two classes, so maybe I would have able to write that, but what if I have 100 different type of vehicles? This will be very difficult for me to put this engine, koi pace. So it's better to just inherit those classes. That's all for this vid. If you have any comments related to inheritance, you can always ask me by commenting down below. That's all for this vid. Catch you in the next. Bye bye.